Hi there guys, this is one more okay touristic walks, and today we are going to be strolling one and only Burgess Park in Southwark, one of the largest parks in Southwark, and we'll be looking at its background structures that used to be there. So the park used to be, before the park it used to be all streets, properties and trees and commercial buildings, and it was all taken down and put the park in its place. So we're gonna go and have a look at that background history. So let's go and enjoy this adventure with us, and I'll see you at the scenes. Adios. So here we are guys, we're actually at the Burgess Park, one of the largest parks in Southwark. And so guys, today I decided to do this park. It's kind of greenery, and it has lots of interesting background info that I want to tell you. So here we go. We begin from one of the pathways that goes around the lake. It has a lake, and it's quite a large lake, and you can actually fish in there. If you're one of those people who lives in the Southwark borough, you can actually fish. So as we are passing from the lake guys, here's the part of the lake. So this is a part of the lake, and to do fish you actually have to get a day ticket and stay here all the way from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. So you actually get your ticket online, and it's about £4 and 60 pence, pound sterling. So this is the lake, or Burgess Park, and there's lots of reeds here. And so since we are beginning of the spring or coming of spring, and we have like coots, those are blackbirds there guys, coots. If I go any closer they will actually fly away, and ducks and swans, and I don't see any pelicans by the way. So guys, we're gonna go around on this pathway and see some more interesting stuff. So let's put the camera's exposure down because it's a bit bright. Yeah, much better. So guys, Burgess Park has been around for a while. It has a background, some sort of complex background that is actually was developed gradually from 1950s all the way to 1980s. Basically, the reason being is because back in 1940s, space was opened up, and before 1940s, all this, as you see, was all streets, factories, and properties. And because of World War II, a man named Patrick Abercrombie used to be a prominent planner and developer. So he actually, back in 1943, opened up the space for redevelopment. However, all the houses and properties were all bought and demolished, basically, to make new plans. And to that reckoning, since 1940s, they made this space. So, going over the years, they started to actually build this park and landscape it. And because it had so much background dispute whether it should be here or not, it took time to go over and build it. So it took always something like over 30 years to exist. So actually the real time for the park to begin to be used, it was back in 1970, that it used to have a Surrey Grand Canal running through. As you look to the left, beyond the lake, there used to be a straight pathway which the canal ran. In 1970, because of the London docks was no longer in use due to end of the industry, they infilled so many docks, and they also infilled the Grand Canal, Surrey, which ran underneath the one of those footbridges on the left hand side. I will show you later. And they infilled it. So back in 1970, I believe the park was started to look like a park and it started to be used. And from since 1973 till today, they still actually structuring it bit by bit. There's a little birdhouse there. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a left turn here, and I'm gonna show you the small footbridge that they used to have. The canal used to run underneath. And so here's the lake from a different angle, guys. So I'm gonna walk over the grass there and go over the mount there. It's a steep mount there. I'm gonna go over there and we'll be at the higher ground, and I will show you all of the park. It's got quite a nature. So basically, since they actually started developing park in 1970, in 1973 it was named Burgess Park. So in 1973 it was a proper park named Burgess Park, and then recently named it Burgess Park because Jessie Burgess was the first woman to be mayor in London, in UK. So because of her name, they named the park Burgess Park, basically. So that's the little story of the park's terms. So these countries really look nice. And as you can see, the sky looking slightly bizarre. As you can see, dark and white clouds are forming. So today, guys, is the 27th of March, and we are in the 8 degrees Celsius 2023. So small trivial story about the football pitch, guys. As you can see from this angle, it wasn't there, go back a couple of years back. Now they put that there as well. And further going the opposite direction, they also built tennis pitches as well. So we're gonna walk all the way to the peak of this mount and then go down. So guys, as you can see, we're a little higher up. If you actually walk down this way, you can walk. It's quite steep. You can actually roll down if you're not careful. So we're just gonna walk down this way, which is safer. And as you can see, guys, on the left hand side behind those trees, group of trees there, is the footbridge. So the footbridge before 1940s, Grand Surrey Canal was built in 1801 for London docks use. They used to actually use it to actually transport cargo on barges, smaller wooden boats, and those barges was actually pulled by horses, and the horses actually has to be controlled well by the a person that used to control the horse. So horse has to pull the barge, and the person has to control the horse walking on the platform and pulling it gradually until it's completed its journey, which was very, very, to my understanding, hard work. So guys, we're coming down on off the mount, and that is the footbridge. As you can see, I'm gonna pass next to it, and where they used to actually use it to cross over the canal. So the canal used to actually cross underneath the bridge, and then back in the days of London docks. So basically, when they actually built the Grand Surrey Canal, it used to actually began in Camberwell, then reach Peckham, and eventually a couple of branches at the end went all the way to Croydon. So, and then they infilled it back in 1970. They infilled completely all of the canal. So this is the footbridge, guys, and they're doing. I think they can actually take it down. It looks like they're gonna take it down, and that's what it is. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna take it down. Because basically they actually blocked it a while ago. I'm talking about something like 10, 15 years, and you cannot really go on it. Most likely due to safety precautions. So as I was go back something like 15 years ago, I think, approximately, I did actually cross this bridge twice on foot. It was okay then, but as you can see, they actually blocked it with a couple of metal gates, and now they're actually taking it. They're actually gonna remove it now. So good. So this is another section of the park, guys. On the side of the park, it's like a crisscross muddy pathways, footways, and also lots of hedges. In the summer, hedges grow green, and it looks much more crowded, basically. So we're gonna walk over this. You see these small flowers, blue ones. I don't know what they call them. You can notice them. Yeah. So we're gonna walk to the nature side of the park, guys, and as you can see, this straight footpath that actually ends at the other end of the park. We used to have the Southwark Canal running along this way, and it was infield, and the landscape the park, basically. So there's also still a dispute going on the park, guys. There's some street remnants that hasn't been crossed over, that is in a dispute by a certain trusts or companies. They want to build like commercial buildings and properties and so forth, and then trust wants to actually continue to extend the park and so forth. So it's in a actually in a stalemate condition at the moment. So we'll see in the future what will happen. So we just went around the bridge, guys, and we ended up on the footpath that we're gonna walk along here. As you can see, the park is quite empty because we're in a weekday on Monday. I came early enough, guys, to the park, and I did some dummy running and took some photos of the place and some still videos. And it took me more than an hour to do that. It's quite a large park. It is the largest park in Southwark. I think I mentioned it earlier on. And I just started filming right now. So I've got something like 45 minutes to complete the video, guys. So let's do a little panning here and show the rest of the place. I think that my camera was a little bit blurry, so I just put the focus back on there, pointed the focus in the right direction. So guys, as you can see on the right hand side, there is a children's playground. Playground is meant for something like older children, something like between 6 and 10. They got slides there, and also a chute. It's a slide basically that is actually covered all over, all around. So basically in the summer, on a different times in the season, and the place is packed. Lots of people. So we're gonna actually walk towards the playground and have a look around there. So guys, there's some sort of heritage there as well. On the left hand side, as you can see, these properties. I think they're actual residential properties. The ground floor looks like it's all been blocked up or sealed. I'm not sure what's going on there. So let's have a look what it is, because I haven't been to this part. I have been to this part, but I haven't actually paid attention to this little section here. Welcome to Chamley. Southwark Council. So it actually belongs to the estate. So it's still a public space, by the way, guys. It looks more like Italian gardens and so forth, if you're enjoying that sort of thing. And just gonna walk around and skim by, and let's see what we'll find. Okay, so it's got exit from there as well. You can actually exit from there, and actually it comes out next to the Burgess Cafe for drinks and snacks. And so let's continue and exit this little garden here. So as you can see, guys, on this part they have the chosen playground, swings, and sand pool as well. So they basically kids get to play in the sand, especially in the summer. So I'm not gonna actually go into the playground. I don't want to go into the playground. So as you can see, sand pool there, and we have cone trees, which one of my favorite trees, by the way. And here's the playground. Okay, so we're gonna go back. So basically the park has many actually facilities, because it's a ordinary park, a large park, and it actually is surrounded by 4 roads. They begin by one of them is Albany Road, the other one is Woolworth Road, and the third one is St George's Way, and the fourth one is in Summer Days Road. So it's surrounded by those roads, the whole park. 56 acres, something like that. So I haven't paid attention to the size of the park, but as an average park, it's quite large. Near, close to a Battersea Park size, basically. Battersea Park is near Battersea. It's more of a more prominent park, guys. If you want to actually know all about it, I have done a video on Battersea Park. Just check my channel, and it's right there. So the name of my channel is called Touristic Walks. Type that in a Google search and it will actually show straight away. So guys, we're actually walking in a wider footpath. So guys, basically these vehicles weren't actually usually here, but they're actually doing something to the park. As I said, they actually gradually still are developing the park bit by bit. And so we're gonna actually go to the main pathway, which reaches from start from one end of the park on an elongated length, which is this. And we're gonna go from on the pass and pass to the side, other side. So guys, we're gonna walk from this is it cobblestones? No, so it's not cobblestones. We're gonna actually walk from, get out of this small gate, and I will show you some buildings that quite interesting buildings. So first of all, I'm going to show you. I think this is the war memorial. It looks like it's shot. So basically, this looks like a war memorial. Maybe I can actually demonstrating World War II CCTV operation. Am I in a private place? I'm not sure. Hopefully, I'm not in a private place, because I could be told not to film, especially the equipment I carry. So this is this building also next to Burgess Park, which is a war memorial. So basically, guys, we're gonna walk. I tried to cross the road, and the cars started coming. Oh, dangerous, dangerous. Okay, hopefully this is the last one. Let's see. No, yes, it's very slow, so I can cross. So basically, guys, when I walk along this sidewalk all the way to the bus stop and show you that structure there, that is, guys, a Lean AC boxing club. And boxing club before it used to be a library and a wash house before that, and now Lean AC boxing club is turned into. So the institution, guys, has been around since late 1800s, and it's one of the oldest boxing club going on in UK. So if you're interested in boxing, you can actually check this one out. So guys, I'm just looking for a gate, but there's one right on the other side, right there. So we're gonna come through there. So this is the Samuels Road, guys. We're walking on, and it's actually splits the park in two as a traffic road. And so that, guys, is the St George's Ways, which actually one of the roads that surround the park, basically. So let's continue on this footway. So basically, as we are actually on one of the by the footways, if we actually go left on this other one here, guys, it leads into nature. Basically, it's lots of mud, and at the moment, and lots of puddles from the rain. I think it rained on the previous night, and when the summer comes, it will be much better going in there because it's more exciting to go through a forest-like section of the park or woods. So I won't go in there at the moment. So guys, we're actually going into the next encounter, which is the lime kiln and the structure there. And that structure was there before 1940s, or somewhere in original time was back in late 1800s and early 1900s. So what they used to do actually, as we're approaching the structure there, guys, they used to actually make lime. So all they did was get a carbonate calcium and burn it almost to the 1000 degrees Celsius, and it used to burn for days until they developed limestone, chalk, and many other materials. So basically, the real purpose is to actually make lime for constructional purposes. I should give you more detailed information, guys, on this early technology. A lime kiln was a structure used to manufacture lime calcium oxide by burning calcium carbonate at temperatures above 900 degrees Celsius. The calcium carbonate burn or calcined was commonly limestone or chalk, but occasionally other materials such as oyster or eggshells were used. The Grand Surrey Canal began in 1801 with the great plans to link the fast-developing docks at Rotherhithe with Meacham and Portsmouth. It opened as far as Camberwell Road in 1811, with two branches later reaching Croydon and Peckham. It formed a useful industrial artery for all kinds of goods and materials, finally closing in 1970. At 56 hectares, Burgess Park is Southwark's largest park. The park stretches from Camberwell and Woolworth in the west to Peckham and the Old Kent Road in the east. Burgess Park is a young park built between the 1950s and 1980s. It was developed as a result of the Abercrombie plan for open spaces in 1943. The area was once home to factories, densely populated streets, and a Surrey Canal before it was badly bombed during World War II. The park was named after Councillor Jesse Burgess, Camberwell's first woman mayor, in 1973. In 2012, Burgess Park reopened after an $8 million transformation, establishing it as a park central to the local community and recognized for its heritage, sports facilities, lake, wildlife, design and horticultural, and even barbecues. So as you can see, this little arch and this little like looking like a prison little bar is where they actually do the job. Let's go closer. Yeah. Yeah, so there used to be actually some sort of a burning system going on there, burning the lime for days until it was turned into limestone. Okay. There's about 3 arches all around the structure. I think, to my understanding, as I guess, wild gets guys, is smoke used to come out from down below where the metal bars are, and maybe so forth. Right. Okay. Let's continue. As you can see, guys, we're in the Southwark. As you can see, there's a more and more commercial buildings or residential apartments been going on there at the top of the screen. So we are walking onto another mount. It's slightly straight, um, more longer than the other one, and we're gonna walk along with all these small little trees. They don't lose their leaves when they grow brown. So guys, as we're on high ground, as you can see, I'm gonna show you the rest of the park, what it looks like. It's quite empty and straight greenery. So let's continue walking this mount. So now I'll go this way. It looks a little bit more better. So guys, basically I'm walking steep hill here, going downwards. There's no man-made footways or anything like that. It's just a foot trails, as you can see. In time, it's been developed from people going up the mount. And so we've got another one I'd like to actually go on. So the road next to us, guys, where those commercial developing infrastructure is called Albany Road. So guys, this little mountain is much longer than the other ones. You can see it's like from vista point it looks far, but we will complete it shortly. On the left hand side you see that building, orange and yellow and green. There is it's not a cafe or the Burgess Park. And so guys, we're at the peak point now, and there's another mount. So I'm not sure if they are still, because they're still gradually still there. And so guys, we're at the peak point now, and there's another mount. So I'm not sure if they are still, because they're still gradually still developing park. Are they going to actually level these mounts or not? But however, they do look exciting to walk on. As I pan this way, there's about 4 of them along the side of the park. So as you can see, these are the developing commercial buildings. So let's go down. And so guys, we are going to go on to another one, slightly lower this one, yeah. So guys, basically it sounds like a bit of a short video of the park, but you'll actually add up to more time as the still videos goes in and some voiceover goes in, and I think it will be something like close to an hour. And so if you do enjoy the videos, do subscribe to Touristic Walks, and thanks for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Adios, peace. Enjoy the rest of the video guys with music.